Hello boys and girls, and welcome to my player ratings for yesterday's victory against Wolves. How nice was that? What happened to us getting battered? What happened to Adama Traore absolutely terrorising us and humiliating us and bullying our defence and everything else? What happened then? That was a proper away performance from Arsenal. It wasn't pretty to the neutral. It wasn't pretty at times for an Arsenal fan. But I tell you something, I don't care. That was our proper away victory. We haven't seen a performance like that since Manchester City away when Santi Cazorla was playing. About time. About time that we actually set up like that. About time we actually done the dirty work and we were actually dogged, rugged in the tackle. We fought for each other. Every bit of that yesterday was spot on. And I tell you something, I give all the respect to Wolves because they're a bloody good side, I'm telling you now. They were below par, but a lot of that was down to the way that we played. And we never gave them any space. We never gave them any time. Everything about that game was tactically spot on. You know, even the substitutions from Mikkel Arteta, what he did, the way he went about it was absolutely brilliant. It was so nice to see. And it's about time. Like I said, it's so long since we've seen performances like that. You know, I don't mind winning ugly and getting those 3 points. Because for too many years we've been playing, you know, beautiful football, but losing ugly. You know, it's no good being able to play nice, pretty, ticky-tacky patterns and everything else, but then you concede 3 goals. You know, last year at Wolves, we were 3-0 down by half time. Not today, not yesterday, not tomorrow. That's what I want to see. That fight, that drive, that determination. You know, that spirit. Teammates that look like they want to fight for each other. Because that's what I noticed on the pitch yesterday. A fight, a drive, a passion. About time. You know, we now need to follow that up. Because games are coming so fast. Tuesday, Leicester at the Emirates. Win that, 6 points behind Leicester. Let's be real, that's catchable. Especially when you think that Leicester have got some real difficult games left. And they're not in the best of forms. I know they won their game yesterday as well. But even so, they're not in good form. Let's go and apply the pressure. You know, let's not worry about Chelsea and Manchester United. Let's try and look at them and think, okay, they'll get 3rd and 4th. Leicester could be the ones that drop into 5th. And that 5th, we're going to find out in a week's time, you know, whether that will be a Champions League place or not. You know, if Man City's ban's upheld, then it becomes live. And then we got to hunt down that spot. You know, it just annoys me that we lost to Brighton because you think about those 3 points and how crucial they could be. But, look, let's focus on the now. That's done. We've won our last 4 games in the row. You know, you look at some of our games recently. Southampton away, everyone was like, you're going to lose. You know, Sheffield United away, I know it wasn't the Premier League, it was the FA Cup, but you're going to lose. You know, and then obviously we're playing Wolves away. You're going to lose. You know, the only game in our last 4 that you've looked at and you thought, yeah, you know what, Arsenal will win that, would be home against Norwich. And, you know, even when we did that and beat them comfortably, you still had everyone going, oh, it's only Norwich, beat a real team. Yeah, all right, now we did beat a real team. Now we did beat a good side. A team who do really well against the big sides at Molineux. They've beaten Manchester City this season. You know, they cause every team they play nothing but problems. Their record is phenomenal. But look at what we did. I cannot be any more happier than that. I'm prouder of the performance from the management down to the players. Now, you're looking at some of the stats, for example. 48.1% possession from Arsenal. Just shows you don't need all of the possession to win football matches. For too many years, we were getting 60-70% possession in a game but losing. There's no point. 8 shots in total. 5 on target. Wolves had 10 shots, but only 1 on target. That shows how good we were defensively. You know, you look at the passing, over 80%. You look at the tackles, nearly 70%. The numbers are good. And that's what I like to see. I'm really, really happy with that. So we got to carry it on though. And it's as simple as that. Because if we go into the Leicester game and we lose, then this result becomes pointless. Go and take care of business. We've got a very good home record against Leicester. They're not in the best of forms. You've got to watch out for the likes of Jamie Vardy. But we'll get into the preview in the next day or so with that one. But for now, let's focus on this because, yeah, I'm buzzing with that performance. It's so nice to see it. And it's so nice that I can do one of these videos and I'm not angry and I'm not pissed off and I'm not ranting and raving all the time because I've seen shit. I've seen a proper performance. You know, a performance that if the likes of Liverpool, Manchester City, etc. would have dug out, everyone would be raving about it. That's what a proper team does. That's what champions do. That's what blah, blah, blah. Well, this is the start of the rebuilding process. And if this is part of it, then so be it. Let's go and get into the player ratings. Starting off in goal, Emi Martinez. And I'll tell you something, another solid performance. Handling, distribution, everything. 3 clean sheets in the Premier League since he's came in. And the biggest compliment that you can play Emi Martinez is that we're not actually missing Leno at the moment. That's mad. And I'll tell you something, Wolves had 1 chance in the second half where Adama Traore did get in. And I'll tell you something, don't talk about the fact that Adama Traore missed it. Talk about the fact that Emi Martinez made him miss it. When a player gets slipped through one-on-one, yeah, they have 4 options. They can go to the keeper's left, the keeper's right, through his legs, or dink it over him. Emi Martinez came out so quick that Traore had 1 option. And that was dink it over him. And because he was so close to him, he couldn't get it over, up and down. Brilliant. I'm giving Emi Martinez an 8 for his performance. I was really, really happy. Next up, we have Mustafi. And again, another good performance. Solid. Gives you a couple of heart attack moments, but I think that's Mustafi. I suppose we're not used to that by now. But overall, solid. Can't say no more. 8. Next up, David Luiz. Again, another solid performance. Worked hard, done everything right. Had to take a yellow card in the first half. And he had to do that by wiping out Traore. And that's what I don't mind. Take one for the team. That was the right moment to do it. But to play the rest of the game, an hour, you know, with 10 men would have been just like, oh no, not again. But he didn't do anything. He was smart, sensible. Can't believe I'm actually using those words in the same sentence as David Luiz, but that's true. 8. Next up, we have Kolasinac, and he had probably the hardest job of the night, which is to try and deal with Traore, and he didn't give him a sniff. He worked so hard. Again, there was a few moments where you go, oh, mate. But overall, it was solid. And given the fact he's not naturally a centre-back that's playing in that 3, it's a good job. And yeah, he worked really, really hard, and I can't fault him for that. So again, I'm giving Kolasinac an 8. Simple. Next up, we have Cedric, and I thought it was a decent performance, to be fair. There were some ropey moments in there. The reason why David Luiz got booked was because Cedric gave the ball away, and I think towards, you know, the end of the game, around about the 70th minute is when he started to look a bit tired, which is understandable. He's been out a long time, way before lockdown and everything else. So, you know, he will get better. But the one thing from Cedric as well, our first goal, it was his ball inside to Aubameyang that started and opened everything up. A lot of people don't remember those things, and they only remember the finish from Saka. They don't remember the build-up. That started from Cedric. But a decent first performance from him, and I'll give Cedric a 7. Next up, we have Kieran Tierney, the other player in that left wing-back role, and that was solid, man. I don't think he's injured. I think the fact that he came off after 56 minutes was the fact that he had run himself into the ground. And we do still need to manage him carefully because of his injuries and everything else. And he is coming back to speed. But he was, working that channel and, he kept Adama Traore in his pocket. I can't say no more than that. He was brilliant. The fight, tenacity, everything that you expect from Kieran Tierney, that was it. It's as simple as that. Given the fact he had, only play 56 minutes though, I will give him a 7. But that was a brilliant performance, man. Honestly, that was brilliant. Next up, we have Dani Ceballos, and that was a great performance. I'll tell you something, maybe that goal against Sheffield United has done his confidence the world of good, or maybe the fact that he's playing under Mikkel Arteta and he's enjoying himself. We're starting to see a different Dani Ceballos. Less spins, more creativity, better end product, hard work, fight, determination, everything I want to see. Brilliant. Dani Ceballos, he gets an 8. Next up, we have Granit Xhaka, and he was my man of the match. My God, what a performance. He was brilliant. Epitomised everything that we done. Led. Absolutely brilliant. I can't say no more because I thought he was just absolutely superb. And it's as simple as that. For me, Granit Xhaka gets a 9. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Next up, we have Saka. And he scored an absolutely wonderful goal. But it wasn't his most influential games. Given that he was playing out on that right-hand side. Because, of course, we didn't have no Pepe for the game. Congratulations to him as well, by the way. Because his wife went into labour. Which is why he wasn't actually at the game. Family first. But Saka, he did what he had to do. I felt his touch was a little off at times. But listen, he's an 18-year-old boy that's, proving himself week after week, just learning and learning and learning. And, he's playing left back, left wing back, left centre forward, right centre forward. If you asked him to play in goal, I reckon he would play there. Again, another good performance. Not the best, not the most standout, but does what he needs to do. He gets a 7. It was just those little bits, that he'll learn as he gets older. He's 18, man. 18, and he's this good. I'm so looking forward to the future with him. But yeah, I'll give him a 7 because he did come off with nearly 20 minutes to go. But the goal, my word, what a finish. A lot of players would have thrashed at that and it would have gone right in the top tier. Just needed to caress the ball, man. What's that Adam Sandler film? Just tap it in. Just tap it in. That's all you need to do, man. Next up, we have Pierre Emerick Aubameyang. Captain's performance, man. His work rate. What has Mikkel Arteta done? How many times do we talk about Aubameyang when he doesn't score? And one of the things that some people look at is his work rate, that he hasn't really got himself involved. Don't question this guy's work rate. He's tracking back. He's in the middle. He's out wide. He's creating. He's doing everything. Brilliant. Aubameyang, I'll tell you, man, please sign that contract, man. He gets an 8 because I thought his work rate and everything was just unreal. Next up, we have Eddie Nketiah, and again, work rate was bang on. Unlucky in the first half with a chance, hit the post. It was a pretty good save by Rui Patricio, to be fair. And yeah, just, the way that he's working hard and he's learning and adapting. I felt that he could have done better with a chance in the second half. He had a free header, man. And it went over the bar, but it didn't come back to bite us in the backside or anything like that. Nketiah, I'll give him a 7. Came off with 10 minutes to go. I'd like to see a tiny little bit more. But overall, he did the job that he needed to do. And it's not pretty at times, but it's effective. And you can't fault his work rate. Really impressive from Eddie. I really like that. Now we're going to go into the substitutions, and the first one was Ainsley Maitland-Niles. I'll tell you something, what the hell did Mikkel Arteta put in his drink before he came on? Wow! He played left wing back. He was like a man possessed. Adama Traore didn't know what hit him, but I know what Mikkel Arteta did, and it was very, very smart. Adama Traore doesn't like coming inside, he likes going outside. So by bringing on a right-footed player, what he did was basically say, right, you're not going down the left-hand side of me. You're not going down there. You're not getting down that, flank. You got to come inside. And when you come inside, I'm predominantly a right-footed player, which is you coming in on my strongest side. For example, when Kieran Tierney's there, if Adama Traore is coming inside, he's coming inside on Kieran Tierney's weak side. I like that. That was smart tactics. And Maitland-Niles, he was brilliant. I'm giving him an 8. I'm telling you, because I was that impressed. He was smashing into him, winning everything. That was fight. That was fight. I really like that. The next substitutions, Hector Bellerin and Joe Willock were the next two. And I'll tell you something, give Hector Bellerin some credit, because when he came on in that last 15, he looked decent. He was winning tackles, flying in. I don't know whether the fact he's lost his place, that might actually wake him up. And it might actually make him raise his levels. But that was a promising sign in that last 15. Joe Willock should have had a goal. That's probably the only negative that you can say. But the assist for Laca, absolutely superb. Hector and Joe Willock, I'll give them a 7. Because I felt that they done really well when they came on. Lucas Torreira and Lacazette were the next two. I felt Lucas Torreira was so dogged and tenacious in there, and just there was a couple of moments where he won the ball, and his fight is going to be important for these last few games as well. I'll tell you something, whether he starts or comes off the bench, he's going to be really important. I'll give him a 7. Lacazette scored away from home, man. Laca, yeah. And I'll tell you something, hey, that finish, the touch, bang. That did not look like a man that wasn't confident. That's what I want to see from Laca, man. That's how lethal he can be in and around the box. So good. Gets an 8 because he got the goal. Simple as that. And that killed the game. And that was brilliant. End of story. Now the manager's rating, Mikkel Arteta. You know what? I'm giving him a 10. It's as simple as that, because I think he got absolutely everything on point. Spot on. The team lineup, I felt it was the strongest we could have gone with, bar Nicola Pepe. That was probably it. But that was, you know, nothing that he could, you know, foresee and what he had to deal with. It was just something that happened, and he had to go and change accordingly. And he did. The tactics were on point. And most crucially, what won us this game were the substitutions. Those substitutions helped us immensely. They were perfect. We've criticised him when he's made substitutions that you've gone, what the hell was that? But them, hey, they were spot on. 10. Don't care, that was brilliant. Absolutely loved that. Put some respect on the man's name, because he's starting to slowly prove himself big time. So yeah, listen, that is it for the player ratings. As you can see, I'm happy. Let's hope this smile keeps continuing, because our next 2 games, Leicester Tuesday, and then we got them wankers next Sunday, man. Telling you, put a performance like that in against Tottenham, man, and beat them. And you'll see me hanging from the rooftop, man. I'll be buzzing if we beat them. But, breathe. Let's concentrate on Leicester first. Let's go and pick up 3 points, because like I said, this performance will mean nothing if we don't pick up 3 points. So, let's go and regroup, recover, and let's go and try and take care of business. The bonus is that Leicester actually played on Saturday as well, so they won't have had no rest or anything else. What? So they won't have had no rest or anything else, you know. Wolves, they had a week off, and a lot of people forget that. So that was brilliant. Let's just go and do the job. So, I can breathe now. Listen, as usual, let me know in the comment section what you think. Do you agree with those ratings? Would you change any? Etc, etc. Tomorrow, of course, DT's Daily back in the morning. Later on in the evening, the preview to the Leicester game. AFTV during the watch along for the Leicester game. And then the following day, DT's Daily and, of course, the player ratings. So, until then, I will see you lot soon. I'm out of it.